Volume, this music volume's okay, you can hear me clearly. Wonderful. You can see me clearly on my mats here. Okay, let's get started. We're gonna start standing at the back end of our mats. There we go. I'm gonna move my coffee off of where the mat is because that would end badly. Okay, so just starting with your feet below your hips here, shoulders just stacked over top of the ribs. And we'll begin to roll the spine down to the floor. So start to tuck your chin and roll the shoulders forward. Let the back open up, bending your knees, just letting the chest fall forward over the legs. And then we're gonna roll the spine back up. And rolling the spine back down. So as you pass this halfway point, allow your glutes to relax, bend your knees, and let your sit bones almost open up and widen. Take a breath here at the bottom. Inhale. Feel the sit bones expand. Exhale, start to roll the spine up, bone by bone, shoulders nice and soft. And we'll do this again. So we roll forward. As we pass this halfway point, start to soften your knees, let your glutes relax, and the bottom of our pelvis is opening and widening. Take a breath at the bottom here and feel those hips expanding. Exhale, rolling the spine back up. Good, we'll do this again. Inhale. Exhale, bending the knees. We're gonna bring our hands towards the mat. Take a breath here, pressing your hands into the mat, expanding the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, let the breath release. We're gonna stretch the left leg. You're gonna bend the right knee. We're gonna open the left arm, twisting the shoulders, taking an inhale breath here. Exhale, return the arm, straightening the right knee, folding through the left knee. Opening up the right arm, releasing through those shoulders. Feel that oppositional reach from your bottom hand pressing down to your top arm, reaching up, and then softening the chest forward. We're gonna walk the hands towards a pike position, pushing the arms into the mat, lifting those hips up towards the ceiling. Take a breath here, inhale. And exhale, release the breath. Let's lift the heels up, rounding the spine like we're curling like a cat. You're gonna drop the heels down, let the ribs fan forward and the chest widen. And we'll do that again. So heels lifting up, rounding the spine, rounding the tail, curling like a cat, dropping the heels, letting the ribs pour forward, letting the chest widen. Keep the weight back in your heels as you curl. Keep the weight back in your heels as you extend the back. The heels are still pressing down as we widen the chest. Let's do this one more time. Lifting the heels, curling the tail under, rounding the spine. Keep your spine rounded and start to lower the knees very slowly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Return to a neutral spine here, finding that long tail, long through the top of the head. Good. Taking a breath here. Inhale, you're gonna take your right hand off the mat. Exhale, you're gonna float your left knee off of the mat. So it's opposite arm to leg. Now we're gonna try to reach this right arm forward, pulling the knee in towards the chest. Then you're gonna kick that left leg back as you pull that right arm back. So it's like a slow crawl where we reach forward and then we pull the thigh and the arm back. But try to keep your back flat as you do this. So the core, the abdominals have to work really hard to keep that integrity of the spine. Shoulders and hips nice and square. So we're just folding through the knee without hiking that hip. And reach as far as you can. And return, and one more reach. And return. We're gonna stay on this side. Center the pelvis right over top of that standing knee. Keeping your leg reaching back, and then take your opposite arm forward, kicking out through the fingers, kicking back through the toes. You're gonna reach this right arm to the side, and you're gonna open the right shoulder to twist. Inhale. Exhale, you're gonna take this right arm underneath the chest and across to the other side. Inhale, pulling that arm open. Exhale, spiral and twist. Inhale, under the arm. Exhale, twist. 2 more, still kicking out and back through that back leg. Twisting the shoulders and rotating through the rib line. This time we're gonna open up and twist, bringing those back toes down. Circle the arm around and back to return, sliding the foot in, taking a nice cat curl here. Stretching the back wide. And then let's reverse that stretch. So hips dropping back, ribs pouring forward, opening the chest, returning to our neutral spine here. Taking a breath, inhale to lift the left arm up. Exhale to lift the right knee up. Now already here, can you feel the level hips, level shoulders? And we're gonna start to reach forward, pulling the right knee towards the chest, and then kicking it back. Exhale, inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Try not to lean to the outside of that standing hip, but keeping the pelvis right over top of the knee, and being really controlled right to the very end, so trying not to fall into that hand, but with control. Inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. Nice and level hips for 2. We're gonna stay on balance after this one. Kicking out through that right leg, really stacking the pelvis over top of your knee, taking your left arm out, left arm up above the head. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, opening that arm to the side. Now start to rotate those shoulders open. Inhale, twist. And then exhale, reaching the arm under the chest and around to the other side. And keep going here. Inhale, exhale, spiral. Reaching under the shoulder. Really feeling that spiral through the ribs, then the shoulder, then the arm. Arm, shoulder, ribs to rotate. Ribs, shoulder, arm. And last one here, we're gonna take a big spiral inhale, circling that arm back, dropping those back toes down to the mat, bringing the arms underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, taking a rounded spine here. And then going through our flat back, sinking the hips back to the heels, taking a stretch. Good, we're gonna roll the spine up to a seated position, swinging those legs around, and we're going to slide the hips forward so that we're at the front end of our mat. Taking the arms, just reaching them in front of the shoulders here. Going into spine stretch forward. So notice how your spine is stacking right over your pelvis. And we're gonna stretch the spine forward, bringing the head down, bringing the chest down. Start to reach your arms towards the wall in front of you. Pull the belly back to the wall behind you, stretching the spine. And then stack your vertebrae over the pelvis again. Returning to stack, head is last to come up. Inhale, roll the head forward. Exhale, reach your arms towards the wall in front of you, but pull your belly back. So we're stretching those vertebrae. And then rolling the spine up. Seeing if you can feel like there's more length in the spine now as you stack the bones. Inhale, exhale, rolling forward, reaching to the wall in front of you as you pull back through the waist. Inhale at the bottom, feel the hips widen with that breath. Exhale, roll the body up, stacking the bones one on top of the other, feeling every repetition we have a little bit more length through those vertebrae. Last time. Exhale, roll forward, reaching to the wall in front of you, pulling the belly back, stretching the spine. Inhale, breathing into those hips. Exhale, rolling the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Good, we'll just slide the hands down And then we're gonna roll the spine down just very casually to start sliding the feet in and just going through some hip circles. So the knees are gonna fold in, out, and down. Trying to let the thigh bones be nice and heavy so they're just sort of rolling in the hip sockets. And then we're gonna reverse the circles, sliding down, rolling the thighs out and up. And 2 more. 1, slide your knees up, bring them parallel, feet flat to the floor, reaching your arms up above your shoulders here. We're gonna roll the spine up. So start to curl your hips under, pull the spine away, take a big reach with the arms back overhead at the top, and then exhale, roll down, but continue to reach back and out through those fingertips, letting the pelvis soften at the bottom, bringing the arms forward to return. Exhale, curl, rolling up. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, rolling down bone by bone. So we're creating more length through the spine again. Inhale, curl. Exhale, rolling up. Sweeping those arms back overhead. And then feel almost like somebody is pulling the arms back as you're rolling the spine down, bone by bone, releasing the arms forward. Curling up once more. This is a little bit different. We're gonna take the right arm back overhead. We're gonna soften the left hip down towards the mat. So we have this diagonal between right shoulder to left hip. And we're gonna return this left hip forward and up. And then we're gonna roll the spine down, swinging that right arm forward, relaxing everything at the bottom. Curl and roll up again. Take a big reach with the left arm now, reaching it back overhead, and then softening the right hip down towards the mat, feeling that nice diagonal reach. And return, and then rolling the spine down, arm releases. Let's do this once more each side. Inhale, exhale, curl and roll up. Big reach with that right arm, softening through that left hip. So can you feel that rotation through the pelvis and the spine? Bring the spine back level, roll it down to the floor, releasing the arm. We'll go for that again. Inhale, exhale, curl and roll up. Left arm reaches back, right hip softens to the mat. Return that right hip, roll the spine down, releasing through the arm. Good, relaxing the hips for a moment here. Good, going into some abdominal work now. We're gonna start to draw the lower abs in, bringing the legs up to tabletop here. Let's squeeze the knees together today. So imagine there's a pair of magnets between those inner thighs. We are going to roll the right hip off of the mat, bringing the knees halfway to the left, and then squeeze the knees together, bringing the thighs back center. Other side, rolling the left hip off of the mat. Inhale, exhale, hug the knees to the midline, starting to work through the lower abdominals. So as your inner thighs connect, those lower abdominals are connecting to bring the hips back center. Side to side here, from left and return to right, and return from left, return to right, and return. We're gonna stretch the legs straight up. We're gonna flex both feet here, and we're gonna curl the spine towards the thighs, walking the hands up towards those feet, holding that little ab curl here, and then taking some pulses. So pulsing the body forward into those ab curls for 10 and 9 and 8. Seeing if you can initiate from those lower abs, drawing in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna hold the ab curl, pressing the arms down to hover off the mat, and then sending the left heel down to tap, Exhale, return. Inhale, right heel down to tap. Exhale, return. Inhale, left. Inhale, right. So the heel is just barely touching the mat before we lift up. The heel is barely touching the mat before we lift back up. One more each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Lower your chest down, shoulders relax. Legs are gonna lower in 5 slow counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach your arms back overhead. And let's begin to do our roll-ups. Arms reaching forward, curling towards the thighs, pulling the belly back as you reach the shoulders and the arms forward. So again, going into that spine stretch forward, and then rolling back, but see if you can keep your arms reaching back overhead, and slowly releasing the spine. You're gonna do 5 more here. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, pull the belly back as you reach over the legs. Beautiful control with the spine, good. And then inhale, start to roll back, exhale, slowing down that movement as you roll back through. You're really challenging those abdominals. Yes, that's so good, very nice. We're going for that again. Inhale, arms reach forward, exhale, curl. So really find that spine stretch forward, arms reaching forward, belly reaching back. Beautiful. And then as you roll back, seeing if you can challenge yourself by reaching those arms back overhead. That's it, loading the abdominals. And a few more. Inhale, exhale, peeling the spine off the mat like it's Velcro, pulling away with a bit of resistance over those legs. That's it. And rolling down, reaching those arms back. That's good. Okay, let's do one more full roll up here. Good. And one more to roll down. That's it. Reaching those arms back. Good. And now we're going to take one more roll up. We're going to arrive in a seated position here, and we are going to bend our knees. Okay, we've not done this one before. We've done rolling like a ball, where our knees are bent and we do a little rock. So let's actually keep this as version A of our exercise, a little rocking. What we're going to try today is our open leg rocker. So if we just bring our hands on top of our shins here, and then curl, sorry, my clothing is dark today, it's hard to see, but you're gonna curl the hips under, and we're gonna try to stretch one leg out, and then the other leg out, trying to find our balance here. Very nice, everyone. So we're really deepening those lower abdominals, but we don't wanna collapse through our shoulders, so you wanna bring the chest forward. Now, let's try to roll back just to the tips of the shoulders, and then pressing those legs into the hands, pulling the hands into the legs to arrive in a balance. Well done. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, rolling up, lengthening your chest forward. Well done. Exhale, roll back. So we're pushing those legs down into the arms, arms pulling into the legs. Well done. We'll do 3 more. Rolling back and rolling up, reaching the chest forward, rolling back and rolling up, balancing here. I feel like this is a little bit like rhythmic gymnastics or something, or floor gymnastics. Lifting up. Let's do one more for good luck, in the spirit of floor gymnastics. Lifting the spine up, good, and then just relax the legs down. We're gonna stretch the legs forward, just taking the legs into a little V, bringing the arms right at shoulder level, going into some twists. So we're gonna push one hand back, one arm forward into a rotation. Then you're gonna roll the spine down, reaching that arm to the outside of the ankle. Inhale, inflate air into those hips. Exhale, stack the bones one on top of the other, returning shoulders over hips. Other side. So pressing one hand back, rotating through the shoulders, rolling the spine down, reaching that arm past the ankle. Inhale, inflate the hips. Exhale, rolling the spine up, and then returning the shoulders square. Inhale, twist. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, rolling up to return the shoulders. And last one, rotate, rolling forward. Inflating that breath into the hips as you begin to roll up, returning the shoulders square. Good, and then we're gonna roll the spine back down again, folding the knees into the chest, hugging the arms around the knees, staying in our ab curl here. Double leg stretch, so we're gonna stretch the arms back, the legs forward, circle the arms around as you pull the thighs in. Inhale, big stretch and reach. Exhale, return, pulling the belly back, not pressing the abs out. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, return. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, return. Inhale, stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, return. 3 more. And 2. Don't give up. And 1. Bring those knees in, relax the spine down, taking your hands behind the head and stretching your legs up once more over the hips. We're gonna curl forwards into our ab curl. Taking the right leg down to hover, bending the left knee in and twisting the shoulders towards the left. Stretching both legs up as we pass through the middle. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. 1 more each side here. Reaching out through that bottom leg. Select the abs as you pass through the middle. We're gonna lift both legs up, sliding the arms forward to hover off the mat, flexing the feet, taking the left leg down to scissor. Pump the arms here. We're gonna breathe. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Now switch the legs. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. And switch the legs. In, out, out, in, switch the legs. In, out, out. Switch the legs. Keep the legs where they are. Lower the spine down. Carry on with the leg kicks. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. 1 more set. In and out, bringing both legs up, relaxing the knees down, and then flipping onto your side. Very nice. Got a little power abdominal series. Let's do a little pelvis release. So you're gonna stack the knees one on top of the other here. Notice how my knees are right up in line with my pelvis. They're pretty high up. That's it. Now we're going to take our hand onto our top hip. And you're going to slide this top thigh forward so it's getting longer than the bottom thigh. And then you're going to slide this top thigh back and in. Slide this top thigh forward. Slide this top thigh back and in. Slide this top thigh forward, and then slide it back. Slide it forward, and slide it back. So we're putting a little bit of mobility into the lower back. That's it. And 1 more forward and back. Good. You're just going to slide this top thigh back. You're making sort of 2 90-degree angles, and we're going to come up onto our arms here. My bottom back leg is tucked in. I'll face this way a little bit so you can see. And we're going to do a little oblique psoas opener. So we're going to sweep this arm forward. You're going to start to lift your hips up, opening the chest towards the ceiling, pushing into that back hip, and then soften forward, releasing the hips down. Swing the arm up, lift the hips up. Inhale, exhale, soften down. Inhale, swing the arm up, opening the hip. Exhale, folding through the hip, rounding the spine. Lifting up, opening the hip. Exhale, release, adding a leg stretch with this. So we're gonna lift the arm, opening the hip, and then we're gonna push back through that back leg. So we're gonna stretch and bend, and then releasing the spine down. Swinging that arm up, lifting the hip, and stretch, and bend, and releasing the hip down. Swinging the arm up, lifting the pelvis, stretch, so we're opening that big hip flexor, softening the knees, softening the pelvis down. We'll do this once more. Swinging up, kicking out, holding in, and releasing down through the middle. Let's go right away to the other side, circling the knees around, coming down onto the shoulders, stacking the knees right up at that 90-degree angle, and then sliding the thigh forward and back. So the pelvis kind of rotates in either direction, side to side. Just putting some movement into the hips. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. That's it. A few more here. Good, and then we're going to take this leg and bring it behind the hip, lifting up onto the side, and really tuck that back heel in. We're gonna use this bottom arm. We're gonna swing this top arm forward, lifting the hip up, lifting the shoulder up, and then releasing back down. So we put our weight into that hand to lift the hips up, and then we press the hips forward to open the chest, and then release it back down. Swing the arm, lift the hips, open the chest. Swing the arm down, release the hips, relax. Swing the arm, lift the hips, open the chest. Release the hips, release the shoulder, and relax. We'll add our leg stretch from here. So we're gonna lift all the way up, and then kick out and back through that back leg, opening that flexor, softening the knee in, releasing the hip back down. Swinging the arm up. So we're kicking this leg back behind us on that diagonal, holding that knee in, releasing down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, stretch, exhale, fold, releasing down. Last time. Stretch and fold in and releasing back down. Good, let's just flip onto our tummies from here. So sliding those legs back behind your hips, taking the arms just in line with the shoulders, resting the forehead onto your mat here. We're gonna try to do a full back extension, focusing on that spot in between the shoulder blades. So start to just bring your awareness to that spot, even as you're resting here, right in between the shoulder blades. You're gonna start to lift the head up and think of that spot between the shoulder blades sliding forward towards your heart center. And then as you start to press into the arms, again, let that spot between the shoulder blades press forward. You're gonna soften underneath your arms and then let the heart center ripple forward, placing the bones down to the mat. And again, lifting the chest up, gliding the chest forward as you press into the arms. Take a moment as you roll down to let the armpits sort of soften, and the spot between the shoulder blades is rolling forward, gliding forward, releasing. Let's add our legs to this. So as you start to roll forward, lift up through the belly, kick back through the legs. So those legs are lifting up, spine is tipping forward. Reach your arms forward here to hover. Inhale. Exhale, circle the arms around and in to relax the legs and the spine down to return. We'll do this again. So inhale, exhale, pressing up into our swan. And then you're going to start to lower the body forward as you kick back through the legs. So legs are starting to hover off of the mat. Taking a moment here, inhale, slide the arms forward. Exhale, circle the arms around and in, and then releasing the spine down. Repeat, inhale, exhale, press up into swan, start to rock forward, kicking back and out through those legs, reaching those arms forward, 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 big circle with the arms, and then relax the spine down. You can carry on doing this, or we can add our level 3 to this, which is doing a little rock and kick. So I'm gonna let my arms go, I'm gonna kick the legs up, and then I'm gonna push the floor away. Exhale, inhale forward, exhale lift. Inhale forward, exhale lift. Or inhale, reach the arms forward, exhale lift. So I'm reaching out through those arms, keeping a little hover. 3 more, 2, 1, lifting up. And then rolling the spine down from here. Very nice. Let's bend the knees, reverse the stretch, sending the hips back to the heels. Taking a few breaths here. Good. And then let's roll the spine up. We're going to do a little bit more spine strengthening work. So we're going to come to a 4-point kneel. That's it. Let's find our scapular placement. So push your hands into the mat, widening the backs of the shoulders, and then releasing just halfway backward, the scapula rests on the back. Good. From here, we're going to take the right arm forward, left leg back, stacking right over top of that standing knee. We're going to pull the knee into the nose, curling the spine, and then exhale, stretch it long. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 3, and 2, and 1. We're going to reach out through that arm, bringing the right arm down. We're going to flex through that left foot. We're going to take the leg out to the side, little kick, replacing that toe down, and then little kick back with the opposite side. Now this is a little bit of brain work. So I'm gonna lift my left leg up. It's gonna kick to the side. You're gonna swing it back to return, and then use your arms to press the leg back and down, and swing the leg side to return, kicking up and down, keeping the back really flat, kicking back and return. 4 more. Swing to kick, reach to return, swing to kick, reach to return, swing to kick, and reach to return. This time you're going to stay here. Take your right leg back to meet the left leg, holding the plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees down, send your hips back to your heels, circling out those wrists. And we're going to do all of this on the other side. So we're going to come back to 4-point kneel. I'm going to demonstrate on this side. So in our 4-point kneel, we're going to take our right leg back this time, left arm forward. We're doing the reverse side. And then we're going to pull knee to nose, curling the spine, and then kick, finding that flat back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. From the abdominals, we curl. From the abdominals, we keep that spine nice and long. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to bring your left arm down, keeping your right leg up, flexing through those right toes. Kick that leg to the side, swing it back, tucking those toes under. From those arms, we press left leg up and down to return. Exhale, kick. Return, exhale, kick, return. Exhale, nice and strong through the spine, using those arms to press back and kick side and return and press, return. Lots of work through the arms. 3 more. Swing and kick. Swing and kick. Swing and kick. That's it. Last time. Good. Bringing that left knee down. Now stretching that left leg back, holding your plank here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down, send your hips back to your heels. Relax the spine, circling out those wrists. Very nice. Good. Let's go into another side series before we finish. So we're going to go onto our right side here. We're going to stretch the legs long, and you're going to take your bottom arm and slide it along the mat as well. 2 legs stacked over top of the other. Taking this top arm and placing it on top of your hip. Okay, we're going to go into some side bend with twists. First, starting with side bend. You're going to start to push the bottom leg up towards the top leg. Push into the bottom arm, coming into a side bend. And then lower down with control. Exhale, pressing up into that side bend. Inhale, lower. Exhale, side bend. We're collecting those side abs. Return, exhale, side bend. And return, going into our twist here. So you're going to press up into side bend. You're going to pull this top hip back, rolling onto that bottom hip, lifting your arms towards your legs, legs towards the chest, and then slowly coming out of that with control. Inhale, prep, exhale, side bend. Inhale, exhale, twist and reach. Inhale, exhale, slowly rolling out of that with control. Last 2 here, side bend, twist, pulling this top hip back, balancing on that bottom hip, rolling out of this. Nice and slow, last one, lifting up, side bend, pulling that top hip back, reach, 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 lower down with control, good. Spin those legs around to the other side. Very nice. Bottom arm is long. Stacking those hips. Top arm resting on top of your pelvis. Good. Start to kick those legs up. So bottom inner thigh working to bring the legs up into that side bend, and then coming out of that nice and slow. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, release. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, release. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, release. Now adding our twist with it. So we're going to go into side bend, pulling this top hip back, reaching the legs to the chest, chest to the legs, and then slowly coming out of that. Use lots of breath with this. It's high power abdominals. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Rolling out of this, trying not to collapse at any moment. So it's a steady, fluid control. One more, everyone. You can do it. Well done. Side bend. Roll the hip back. Reach the chest forward. Lower down and relax. Very nice. Good. Just lie on your spine here. Bending your knees. Letting the hips settle. And then just start to sway very slow, like a mini windshield wipe from side to side, letting that sacrum rock and twist a little. We're going to take our left knee into the chest. You're going to slide the right leg along the mat. And just gently squeeze the thigh closer to the chest. Good. And then let's take this left knee, pull it across to the right side, leaving that left arm behind, going into a spine twist. Taking a few breaths here. And then rolling out of this very gradually, letting the shoulder, rib, hip return, taking one final squeeze of that left knee in, and then just slide this left leg down along the mat. Taking the right knee in, giving it a little hug. And then we're going to take this right knee and pull it across to the left side, leaving the right arm behind. Take one more breath here. And then soften the shoulder, rib, and hip back. Giving that right leg one final squeeze. And then sliding it down along the floor here. Taking a moment to relax the hips. Taking a moment to feel the lower abdominals relax with your breathing. So if there was an imaginary balloon inside of our pelvis, as we inhale, the balloon would be expanding and widening our pelvis. Exhale, that balloon would just release and soften. Inhale, that balloon would widen and expand. Exhale, release. One more breath. And then you're just going to reach that right arm back overhead. Roll onto your right side. Curling up into a little fetal position here for one breath. Come back to that image of the balloon expanding inside of your pelvis. And then your top arm you're going to use to press yourself back to all fours. Taking a breath here, using that image of a balloon expanding on the inside of the pelvis. And then tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. Bend your knees, floating your heels just off the floor, feeling those sitting bones widen. And now you can really feel so much expansion of that imaginary balloon inside of the hips widening. Releasing and walking your hands back to your toes. Good. And rolling up nice and slow. And that's it for today. Thank you, everyone. Nice to see all of you. I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Same to you, Lily. Thank you. That was great.
Yeah, thank you. You're very welcome. Hope your bodies feel a little more loosened up. Thank you, Rita.